In 1935, as aviation continued to push the boundaries of human achievement, Longines created one of the most distinctive pilot's watches in history, the Type A7. Commissioned by the US Army Air Corps, the forerunner of today's US Air Force, this was no ordinary timepiece. The Type A7 was not the only watch commissioned by the US Army Air Corps at the time. Other models like the Type A9, A13, and the iconic time-only A11 were also produced. However, it is one of the very few wristwatches, if not the only one, that comes with a chronograph. Among these military watches, the Type A7 was not intended for widespread distribution, but rather for long-range missions aboard bombers. Most missions did not require a chronograph for general navigation. However, when accurate short-interval timing was crucial, particularly for bomb release sequences and coordinate maneuvers essential to mission success, the chronograph functions of the Type A7 truly stood out. Its large case and angle dial were purposefully designed for easy reading in difficult conditions by bombardier and navigators. It was worn on the inside of the wrist, making it easier to view while holding charts or operating bombing sites. Unlike most modern chronographs, which used two pushers, the A7 relied on a single button to start, stop, and reset the chronograph. This design, known as the Monopusher, could not pause and resume timing, but its simplicity was ideal for pilots who require clarity and speed. Today, the Longines Heritage Type A7 1935 pays tribute to the original while offering the advantages of modern watchmaking. Housed in a more wearable 41mm stainless steel case, it features the L788.2 automatic Monopusher's chronograph, a contemporary mechanism that reflects Longines' historical roots. Monopusher chronographs occupied a special place in watchmaking history. All functions must be operated through one button, making the design more technically demanding. At the heart of this mechanism is the column wheel, which coordinates the chronograph internal components with precision to ensure smooth operation. Visually, it remains faithful to the original. Cathedral hands filled with superluminova sweep across a large matte black dial, enhancing readability in low light while preserving the vintage military aesthetic. One of the most distinctive features of the Type A7 is its resemblance to a traditional stopwatch. The round case, substantial dimensions, and crown at 12 o'clock evoke early aviation and railway timers. This was not merely a design choice, but a practical result of the angle dial and the intended wrist orientation. While most modern pocket watch-style wristwatches cannot place the crown at 12 o'clock due to the movement constraint, the A7 achieved this with ease, adding to its authenticity. On the wrist, the Heritage Type A7 makes a strong impression. The angle dial, offset to the 2 o'clock position, reinforces its instrument-like presence, recalling the pocket watches from which it evolved. At 41mm, the case balances vintage character with modern wearability. This is not a watch for everyone, but for collectors, the Heritage Type A7 1935 offers a rare opportunity to own a piece of aviation history, reimagined with modern reliability. Its Monopusher chronograph adds mechanical charm, while the unusual dial layout ensures it stands apart in any collection. It is more than just a watch. It is a story on the wrist, connecting today's wearer to the golden age of flight.